Hello, Canned Cream here, CC for short, and today I would like to talk to you about royal titles.
I'm Yakko. I'm Wacko.
And I'm Princess Angelina Contessa Luisa Francesca Banana Balana. Oh, shoot!
Cut.
Take two.
Or, to be exact, making sense of the various kings, queens, princesses, and princes of Equestria. So, fair warning, we're once again entering headcanon territory for this video. A common question that I've seen not only in my own comments section, but within the Brony community as a whole, has to do with the variety of titles the royalty of Equestria has. Why are Celestia and Luna princesses while Chrysalis is a queen? How is Sombra a king when technically it looks like his land is within Equestria? And how is Blue Blood a prince when his relation to the sisters is either very distant or not there at all? Yeah, it's kind of a tangled web. I think we're all probably familiar with the standard line of monarchy succession: king, queen, and then prince, princesses by order of birth. Either you're born into royalty or you marry into it. But this does not seem to be the complete case in Equestria. They seem to take the titles as just that. Titles. They're something you can earn or be gifted despite your station of birth. Our biggest example of this, and just about the only piece of solid evidence we have to build up from, is Twilight. Since the end of Season 3, Twilight Sparkle is now Princess Twilight Sparkle, despite clearly not coming from noble blood. And to the relief of Twilight fans everywhere, she has not married into royalty, unlike her brother who did marry a princess to become a prince. So why are the royal sisters princesses and not queens? Well, the real world answer is that Celestia was supposed to be a queen and Blue Blood was supposed to be a duke, but in both cases Hasbro asked for these titles to be changed, likely for marketing reasons. After all, little girls like princesses and princes, not queens and dukes. But let's overanalyze this and try to come up with an in-universe answer. It could be that both Celestia and Luna kept the title of princesses after taking over the throne in order to be seen more as guardians to the ponies rather than rulers. Early Equestria was, after all, rather volatile with the likes of T-Rex, Sombra, and Discord. It's possible that the sisters were making something of a political play, that by keeping a more humble title, they wouldn't run the risk of being seen as another dictator by a populace that was still trying to get back on its feet. And if the villains of MLP seem to suggest anything, it's that this was a pretty good move. Sombra, for example, may have taken on the self-proclaimed title of king after enslaving the Crystal Empire. The episode does make it unclear whether or not Sombra was royal beforehand or just a very powerful unicorn. And Sombra clearly was a tyrant. Take note of the ponies in chains. The same also goes for Chrysalis. Here we have a creature from another kingdom, this time a self-proclaimed queen. And I say self-proclaimed because judging by what little we get to see of the changelings, they don't appear to have any sort of actual government, but something more akin to an ant colony or beehive. Fitting since they do seem to be depicted as insects despite their equine appearance. And these are just the two royal cases that we know of. Chances are there were other self-titled rulers that we just haven't heard about. A theory possibly given credit since we've been told that ponies used to live in scattered tribes before uniting. It's not impossible to imagine ponies stepping up and naming themselves king or queen or chieftain, possibly giving the royal sisters enough reason to refuse a higher title. But then we have characters like Blue Blood and Cadence that, as far as we know, aren't really related by blood to Luna or Celestia. Blue Blood is described as being a very distant nephew of Celestia's, but as far as I think we know, Luna and Celestia don't have any more family related by blood. So it could be possible that Cadence was made an alicorn much like Twilight was. Or maybe she was born one and became a princess that way. As for Blue Blood, it's hard to imagine him doing anything worthwhile enough to be made a prince, and the events during the best night ever heavily suggest he's not married. So I'm going to guess he's royal by his bloodline. Maybe his parents or grandparents were royalty and he just inherited the title. Now, if any of this comes across as a bit flaky, I feel like it's because we're trying to hold the rules of succession in Equestria to that of our own world, and it's not a perfect match. It seems as though Equestria is governed through a mix of both monarchy and democracy, that you can be born into royalty, or you can be placed there as a reward for your deeds. And while to us as the casual viewer or the analyst, it may come across as confusing, considering that Equestria is still standing after all these years and everything they've been through, apparently whatever it is they're doing, it's working out just fine. So, what about you, dear listener? What do you think about Equestria's royal titles? Does it make any sense, or is there a better system they could be using? Please post your own thoughts down in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching, and as always,
Stay pony, my friends.